Hi, everybody. This is your old boy, the Dreamer talk show, my weekly music interview talk show, Hanging with the Dreamer. And before I bring my awesome guest, Miss Freddye, out from the green room, I just want to give a great big shout out to Michael Stover and MTS Artist Management, MTS Records. Thank you, Michael. Bill Eagleston of the Essential Guitarist Group on Facebook. All guitarists that watch this interview, please check that link out in the description box below. And J Lamb's Remy of the High Voltage Video Magazine. Love you, brother. Thank you for the months of features. I love you, man. So let's jump right into this. It's Sunday. It's gorgeous outside. And I feel good. This is going to be a great interview. I cannot wait. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to the world the Pittsburgh Queen of Blues, Miss Freddye. Miss Freddie's gonna fix you. Miss Freddye, welcome to Dreamland Studios. Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for the beautiful introduction. I appreciate that. Hi, everybody.
So we're going to talk briefly about music, about charities. Where did you get, I just need to start. Where did you get your musical influences, Miss Freddye?
The influences, like growing up, I used to, there was a couple neighborhood friends, and we would just, go around and just started singing whatever the latest songs that were out back then. And then I remember one Christmas, my mother bought me a pink microphone that was connected to like a little box, almost like as if it was a speaker or something. And I would go around pretending, that I was singing in front of thousands of people. And as time went on, my mother would send me to church every Sunday, starting from the time I was 4 years old up until, I was 15, 16, 17. And I finally joined a church choir at 15. And of course, that was my first time ever singing in front of people. And it was embarrassing. And that's where I developed my stage fright. But moving on throughout the years, I just sang in the choir, didn't do anything solo till I started singing in my first band in 1996, Blues Music Works, or BMW. And the band leader was Al Leavitt. We called him Big Al. He was a smart man. He loved blues, and he could play a mean left hand on keyboard. He was so wonderful. And I actually joined the band through the bass player of the band I was dating at the time, and he had heard me sing Silent Night, one of my favorite holiday songs to sing. I was singing it to my youngest child, trying to put him to sleep. And he said, I didn't know you could sing. And I'm like, I didn't know either. And he told me they were looking for a singer. And I was really hesitant because I'm like, I don't want to sing in front of people. I had that bad experience. So I finally gave in. I auditioned, got in the band, and Big Al, he heard something in my voice. And, I was very stage fright, very, very, very extremely shy. But Al told me to go listen to, matter of fact, my influences up until this day. And I'm still adding big influences, to listen to: Etta James, Koko Taylor, Sarah Vaughn, Billie Holiday. And I mean, I never heard of Koko Taylor before, but I heard of the other ones because growing up in a house, my mom listened to blues, my dad listened to country. That was interesting. And I started listening. And not only did I like how the flow of each one of those folks' music went, but I like what it did in the long run. It was telling a story. Music tells a story, period, no matter what type of music you listen to or you're hearing. And then number two, it brings about some kind of like a flow, I call it it's something that you need to endure, something you need to develop, be glad that it's there kind of thing. For me anyway. Everyone's very different on how they embrace music, how they let it empower you. And music helps me to feel empowered. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm the strong one, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting out there, sharing the moment. And then, there was Big Mama Thornton's music, and then there was Howlin' Wolf, there was Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, it was so many people. And there are even folks that are alive today that influence me. There's folks out the West Coast that influence me, people down South, people further north of me. So there's a lot of musicians that, I tend to listen to their music. And I like to listen how it lets it flow. And surprisingly enough, my sons are young. My grandson is young. And they're into the pop, alternative, hip hop, rap. So I listen to those because I like the way the rhythm goes, the flow of it goes. And I really listen to how the beats are going, the music is going, and how the person that is projecting themselves into it. So those are my influence. And I love classical piano because that's what I listen to when I feel sad, or if I need a pick me up, or if something's on my mind and I really need to concentrate. I did that in nursing school a lot. Even before I got into, joining a band, I would play classical piano forever. So I listen to all kind of music because all different types of music are my influence. And
Well, that's incredible. That's incredible. Thank you so very much for sharing that. So, you are working with some awesome, awesome charities in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Would you like to share?
I sure would.
Cool.
um, just to let everybody know, I'm a breast cancer survivor twice. And thank you. And it's probably been like 10, 12 years. I actually started out doing Relay for Life. There's a Relay for Life, like in Nature on the Heights, I used to do faithfully every year. But the last couple of years, they haven't had it because of COVID. And then I started doing what's called, I think this is the 11th year, Pink Day. It always happens around the third Saturday in September. And I've been doing that since it started about 10, 11 years ago. And then Pink Day has a pre-fundraiser in July called Notes for Hope. And I've done it once and I'm getting ready to do it again this year. And that's thanks to Sherry Jackson Price. She is the organizer for it. She works hard. And the money that is raised from these events, this charity, goes to the Breast Cancer Foundation. And then there's another charity I do for kids, raising money for kids, because I've done Toys for Tots in the past. But now I do something called Rockin' the Roosevelt every year. And local bands get together and we play for, the audience. It's like a $5, get in cover charge. There's vendors there from all over. And we raise money for this particular playground in Arnold, Pennsylvania, the Roosevelt playground. So it's really cool. I get to see musicians I normally don't get to hear because we're all busy. And then, and it's for a great cause. It's for the kids. The playground's beautiful. I absolutely love it. And the upkeep of it, the community's been keeping, up with it, and the money goes towards that. So that's my other fundraiser. And then there's one more that I do, and it's for the same cause, but it's kind of like later on in the summer. And they also raise money for the playground. And Dano, I forgive me, it's not coming to my head, but that's something that I try to do every year. I haven't been able to do it the last 2-3 years because of schedule conflict. But like I tell people, as soon as you have a date, please don't wait till March or April, because by then I'm booked. I'm booked for, at least till mid-fall, early winter. So But those are the charities that I faithfully do every year. So, and I'm glad that I can do them because I think it's very, very important. I tell people it's about sharing the music that I do, but I want you to come out and support the reason why the charity event is going on in the first place.
Well, and outstanding. And congratulations. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
This is 2022, and this year you have a brand new single, Something to Believe in. Would you like to share the backstory to that?
Sure. Um, Back in 2020, I was looking to do something different. I had already released 2 albums. And so I went to Michael Stover, who is my publicist from MTS Management. Thank you, Michael. I love you. Yeah, he's a blessing. And I never released a single before. So I was just looking to do something different. And he mentioned Brian Cole. He's a musician from Western Pennsylvania. He works out of Nashville a lot. And he introduced me to Brian. And Brian and I had met before that at an open jam session some time back. And Brian introduced the song Something to Believe in. It was written by Frank Wildhorn, who Linda Etter sang it. And I think it was supposed to be a love song because when I first heard it, that's what I thought. So this is a love song. And then after a while, because of, all the turmoil going on in 2020, what the world was going through, Brian said, I think this is a song that people need to hear. And he says, I believe you have the voice to do it. So after months and months and months of working on it, we finally released it last year, April 24th. And the reason why I chose that date was that's the day my mother had passed away in 2015. My mother had 2 different kinds of cancers. And my siblings and my nieces and nephews, and my kids, it was hard to lose her. She was the matriarch of our family. And so when it was done, before it was released, I had my siblings and a couple of my nieces and nephews and my kids listen to it, and they loved it. And so I said, this is just something I think the world needs, thanks to my producer, Brian Cole, that the world needs to listen to, no matter how you interpret it. If you interpret it as a love song, that's great. If you interpret it as a song of empowerment that, there's more to what we're going through, however you interpret it, at the end of the day, as long as you feel, it's like, I've got something out of this. I've got something to believe in. And so it was released April 24th. And as of yesterday, it's on Spotify. You can find it on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Amazon. But as of yesterday on Spotify, thank you, everybody all around the world. It has about 136,000 streams. And to me, that's a lot, being a local artist and what I'm doing. And I thank everybody. I've had friends who asked my permission, do you mind if I use it for this memorial service, or if I use it for whatever they're doing? I said, absolutely. I said, I have no problem doing that. And I believe it's going to be used in an upcoming gala that's happening in Pittsburgh. I don't know for sure because I sent them, I said, here's a song of empowerment. You're having this. It's the Urban League is having their gala, virtual gala, February 17th. So I said, this is a song about, something that you can believe in, something that, will make you, make this choice, that it's a positive choice for you. So that's how that came about.
Well, Miss Freddye, what is the future for Miss Freddie and her blues music career? What would you like to see happen for you musically in the
To go
next
on my
2
European tour that got canceled. I was supposed to have a European tour, I think 3 or 4 countries. I think that was supposed to happen in 2020. And of course, totally understand. And I was supposed to do it again last March, of course, with COVID. So I got an offer. Let's try this again, hopefully in 2023. I would like to go over in Europe, France, Germany, Switzerland, where the tour was supposed to happen and tour over there. Also, I am working on the blues album because of COVID. We haven't been able to go in the studio, but I think now COVID, I have to watch the numbers. I want to finish up my next blues album that'll be coming out. And, I'd like to have it come out by my birthday, which is June 2nd. Just saying. For my bandmates in both bands, because both of my bands are going to contribute. And then there's some local artists that are contributing to it already. So that's what that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm looking forward to keep creating music, and I'm looking forward to doing a European tour next year and then even beyond that. Thank you.
I see all of this happening for you and more. I think that the world needs something to believe in now more than ever. And I think that through your spirit, through your voice, through the music that I personally heard, it's gonna happen. And you know, it, thank you for sharing these awesome stories, the backstories. The only other question I could think right now, the only other question I could think of right now is how many piece, how big of a blues band would you like to assemble to get your message across to the masses, to the world? How many pieces would you ever dare dream of putting together a Duke Ellington sized orchestra?
Wow. Well, I already have the two bands. The blues band is guitar, bass, drums, and lap steel guitar. And then they're Miss Freddie's Blues Band. And then there's the other band, Miss Freddie's Homecookin Band. We used to be acoustic, but it's developed out of that. It's acoustic guitar, there's keyboard, bass, and congas. I think if it would be nice to combine both bands. That would be so insane. I would love to do a big show, like a 2-hour show with both bands. And I know we could pull it off because in the past, I've had the congas and the drummer, the two different people, because the only one that plays in both bands is my bass player. But everybody else is different. It's two separate bands. I think that would be very interesting. It would be a challenge because I'm the band leader. I pick the music I want to sing. I book the shows. I, figure out when everybody can rehearse. So that's just me. I think that would be a great challenge for me because I love challenges. It doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother me being band leader. So I think that would be my big Duke Ellington is the combination. That would be what? Not counting me. So there's 4 and 4. Oh my gosh, that would be 8 people on that stage and me. And I think that would be fine. And I may, and I probably would add a harmonica because, growing up, listening to what my mother listened to. I had no choice. It was her record player, not mine. I heard a lot of harmonica. I heard a lot of guitar and harmonica growing up to whomever she was listening to. So I probably would add the harmonica, and that would be my band. That would be my nine-piece, 9-piece band, because I have a combination of everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And something, while you were describing that, I was visualizing that in my head, and I could see how it'd be possible. I could see how you could pull that off, being the band leader. I could see
Yes.
it. I mean, I see it, like, I see it plain as day, as plain as see the wall, or as plain as I may see you.
Right.
And I think that when I see something is that clear in my mind, more often than not, it happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, it could happen. It could,
You know what? It can happen. It's just don't imagine behind the scenes. Because all of a sudden I was imagining what I go through now trying to get the bands together. I do separate shows, of course, but to actually do one big production, and it's like, oh no, I'm going to have help with this one. But it would be fun at the end. And I would make sure that, my job is to listen to see if anybody's out of beat, out of tune. And that goes for me too. If I need to walk over and make them smile, I do that. I really try to interact with the band. And then, as the band leader, as the front person, interact, okay, we're going to interact with the crowd now. And so I'm kind of doing double interaction, and it works. It really does. But at the end of the day, the guys are used to me talking. I said, no, I'm not going to talk as much, guys. I said, I want to do more interaction. And if that means talking, but cut it short, then I'm good with that. So, yeah. Now, see, you just gave me an idea to do something next summer, 2023, because that's how long it's going to take to put on a big 2-hour blues show somewhere.
that is absolutely phenomenal. Believe, if you can think of it and you believe in what you're thinking about, you can achieve it. In the words of my dearly departed stepfather, Warren Turner. And something, I totally believe in that. That's my, if I could say that I have a slogan for Dreamland Studios and for everything I'm doing with the Dreamer's Life, I would say that would be it. I would say believe in yourself. If you can conceive it, you believe it, you most certainly can achieve it. No matter how difficult it may be, no matter um, anything, it'll happen. It will happen. And I see that, like I said, I was envisioning everything in my mind, and it's plain as day. It's like writing on the wall to me. So
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. And it's just a matter of a couple steps, and then you're going to be up there delivering your message with two bands, and and, and then the
That ought to
spirits.
be interesting.
Then the spirit's really going to be flowing more than ever. It's going to be
Yeah,
awesome.
it is. It is. I have faith in both of my bands. My guys are wonderful to sing with, and they have more musical experience than I have. So it's very nice to be able to, we all respect each other at the end of the day. And I'm trying to get them, if I send them a piece of music, it's like, well, I'll start practicing it. It's like, no, 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 we need you there. And both bands, it's like, well, no, we need you to sing. I'm like, really? So it's a mutual understanding and a mutual respect. And at the end of the day, it's like, I know, both bands say, well, they come out to see Miss Freddye. And I don't think of it that way. I think of it as they come out to hear Miss Freddie's blues band. They come out to hear Miss Freddie's Homecookin band. I said, they come out to hear us. So anything's possible. And my motto is a song that I sing, written by Eric Bibb, is called Don't Let Nobody Drag Your Spirit Down. And I tell people that's my motto. No matter what's happening, don't let nothing or no one drag your spirit down.
I can't agree with that more. It's music's a blessing. Music is a precious gift.
Exactly.
I heard a very prominent touring professional say these words in front of doing some charity work for a junior high. And he said that music is a gift. It's a blessing, and it should never, ever, ever, ever be taken for granted. And I thought to myself, that says it all. That says it all, Well, I'm very thankful that you came by today. I'm very thankful for you to share with me your beautiful backstories and give me a brief history lesson of the blues. Awesome.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me and having me on your show. I do appreciate it. And, I tell everybody out there, support these folks out there, the podcasters, the interviewers, the DJs, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. I could sit home and sing, but I mean, that's boring. To sing to myself, every day. Well, I used to do that, but I kind of still do that too, as a matter of fact. But seriously, thank you. And I want to give a second shout out to my publicist, Michael Stover, MTS Management. And I want to put a plug in. If you're an artist out there and you're looking for a publicist, he's great. He represents artists all over the United States. He represents hip hop, country, blues, jazz. Oh my gosh. You name it, he represents you, and he will work for you. He's a good guy. He used to be a musician and a songwriter himself, so he knows the whole deal, and he's well respected out there. So even if I think he represents a couple artists overseas, but don't quote me on that. But thank you, Michael Stover. I appreciate it. Thank you to both my bands. And thank you to the fans out there. And thank you to my family for putting up with me while I, continue my music journey. It's a great ride. It's a little busy, but I'm very thankful. I wouldn't change a thing at this point in my life. And thank you to all the musicians I've ever collaborated with, and I'm still collaborating on. And I'm so looking forward to continue as long as the good Lord lets me wake up each and every day.
Outstanding. See, and that's what makes you such a great artist. That's what makes you such a sincere, true spirit, loyal heart. Artist, lyricist, performer, band leader, vocalist is exactly what you just shared, and it's very humbling. It's very humbling for me to listen to, and
thank you.
And I thank you for that. You're going to help a lot of people, a lot more people than you've already helped. And I'm sure the list is endless already, but I think that the list will be even longer as time goes on.
And I hope
Uh,
so, because it's all about positivity with me. You know, we all have our opinions, but like I tell people at the end of the day, it's not about me. I'm another human being on this earth who have found a few things in my life to grasp and hold on, and I'm passionate about. And I'm a nurse, and I work in surgical oncology. So, you know, we deal with pancreatic, rectal, or colon cancers, and I'm telling you, it's no joke.
well, Miss Freddie, that's beautiful, and it's you're definitely worthy of respect. Your talent is worthy of respect, and your creative vision is worthy of respect. And again, I just want to thank you for giving me your time this morning. All links, support links are in the description box below. You've been watching your old buddy, the Dreamer, and Hanging with the Dreamer, featuring Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Lady of Blues, Miss Freddye. All of Miss Freddie's music links are in the description box below. And if you like my content, please consider hitting my support link through my PayPal in the description box below. And please hit subscribe and smash that bell notification because he's coming up with more epic legendary guests just like Miss Freddye. And hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my uploads every Friday evening, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.